Dr. Jason Betts, perhaps Tasmania's highest profile clairvoyant, certainly highly awarded. You, Dr. Betts, welcome to the program, Tasmania Today.
Good morning, John. Thanks for having us.
I just need to clarify, you were Tasmanian Psychic of the Year when?
2010.
And Australian Psychic of the Year. Now, that's pretty prestigious.
That was good. Lots of people voted for me.
Yeah, what year was that?
2008.
2008. All right. Before we take a few calls, and we've got plenty of people who want to talk to you and naturally would like a reading, let's look at some of those big picture predictions that you have got correct over the last year or so. What were some of the predictions? You were saying in 2010, previously, the Bell Bay Pulp Mill will undergo rapid construction and be completed by May this year. However, there'll be special conditions which it'll have to operate under. Mm-hmm. So how'd we go?
That was in the Launceston Examiner back in January 2010?
Yep.
I don't know. How'd it go? Was it built?
No.
No. Okay.
There will be a fungal infection in the trees in City Park, which will be discovered by Easter.
Did that happen?
Don't know.
I don't know either.
So we got to find out, I suppose.
I was asking the Examiner to do a follow-up story and do the research, but they haven't got back to me yet. Okay. I was hoping they'd come today.
All right. Tell me what you've hit right on the head then.
I think there were a couple of good ones in there. Maybe there was 6 or 8 predictions.
Yep.
But
have a look.
One of them, I'm really good with fire and flood.
Yep.
And I said that there would be a really big Simmons Plains would become Simmons Lakes.
Yep.
And that certainly did happen, from August onwards. I said there was going to be a really good fire that would come right up to Norwood or Newstead, St Leonard, sorry, and that did happen. And I think there was a really good one about a bank robber who was going to appear in the Examiner before Easter, and that certainly did happen.
Yeah. Are there visions that come to you? How do you actually put these sorts of predictions together?
Every psychic has their own way. Mine is to clear my mind, imagine like a nice big black space in my mind, and then I focus my attention on the topic. In this case, I was looking specifically for Launceston, even though I don't live in Launceston. I used to live here about 20 years ago. I sort of know the rough areas. So I just look for something to come to my mind. So whatever pops into my head, that's the simplest, easiest way of explaining it.
Yeah.
We all have gut feelings, we all have intuition, but a psychic tends to get them right more often than not.
Yeah.
And there's different ways. It can come as a feeling or a hunch. Then we've got explicit information like a crystal clear vision, like a photograph. And those are the ones that we tend to trust a little bit more, the clairvoyancy. Some people have a knack of being able to hear things, and then there's another speciality which is really the way my information comes best when it does come, and that's claircognitantly, like a fact.
Yeah.
Like, the thing I'm getting for you, Marie, might be 5 years ago, this happened. Is that true? Yeah. And when that comes through really clearly like that, you've got the nail on the head.
Yeah, okay. We should go to some calls because there are a lot of people who want to talk to you, including Kayleen. Hello.
Hello.
How are you going?
Good, thank you.
Good morning, Kayleen. This is Jason. Please introduce
Jason.
yourself and just ask your question.
Yeah, I'd just like to know what's in store for me in the future.
Don't we all want to know? Okay, Kayleen, what's your middle name?
Susan.
Kayleen Susan, I'll just ask that question. And there's a thinking time. Okay, just a second to make that connection. I see you working with a new animal, but I think it's a dog, and grooming the dog, maybe in the pet care business or working with animals in the next month or so. I'll just say about 2 or 3 things, then you can comment. How about that?
Okay.
I see you getting a new TV, a new hi-fi setup, but specifically the TV is on the plan. And lastly, I see a romantic trip away to Melbourne or Adelaide. I'm thinking it might be more Adelaide than Melbourne, and it's to enhance the relationship. It could be a Valentine's Day getaway, but I do think that there's going to be a new romantic interest there or a deepening of an existing relationship. Mm-hmm. So how'd I go?
Yeah, no, I don't know about the TV. We've just bought a new one about 12 months ago. But yes, we're definitely going to the mainland on a trip with a motorhome. So that part's right.
Okay.
And you never know, Kayleen, about the TV. I'll give you an example. I had a very, very good clairvoyant on another radio show that I was doing elsewhere. She told me that my car was going to blow up. She said, I see a white vehicle and it's going to have real problems. And I said, no, Carolyn, sorry. I just put a brand new engine in it. It cost me $8,000. I've done it from top to toe. Well, sure enough, 1 month later, it blew up. And so what mightn't seem right today might make sense in a couple of months' time. Yeah.
I also get, Kayleen, how about the animal, working with the animal?
I've got a little dog. I do groom, yes.
Okay, well, that could be right. I also get like a little bit of an ache on the right knee, and I think it's because you're not holding your legs straight. If you've got a problem with the right foot, I think the right knee's taking the pressure of that twist.
Okay, yes, I do have a problem with my right foot, yes.
Yeah, okay, so if you're going to do lots of driving, make sure you strap up the right knee and make sure the angle of your right foot is correct.
Okay,
Take care. It's all good.
Thanks, Kayleen. I was just wondering, when you are doing readings in I wouldn't say this is a pressure situation because we're not putting you under pressure or anything, but...
You think?
Well, it is a live performance, I suppose. Does that sometimes interfere with how just relaxing and getting into the vibe and actually making accurate readings?
It's a matter of focusing one's attention in the right place at the right time and also tuning into the person in the right way, like being able to hear the person's name, hear their voice, because otherwise it could be for anybody. The idea of making it not suitable for Joe Bloggs, which is just like a Barnum statement where it's true for everybody, but try to get something really specific, one person. I need to tune into that one person. So hearing them, seeing them, having some of their jewellery, looking at their photo, are all different ways that psychics work.
Dr. Jason Betts is our clairvoyant on Tasmania Today. Very grateful that he would spare us some time. And we have now Jill joining the program. Hi, Jill.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, Jill, this is Jason. What's your question?
Hi, Jason. Just over the last couple of years lost a lot of money and we're sort of contemplating whether we need to sell our house. And I'm just wondering what you can see in the future there.
Okay, Jill, what's your middle name, please?
Rhonda.
Jill Rhonda, okay. My first feeling is that selling it is a good thing, that they will definitely work, but I feel that it's not going to happen in the next month or two.
Right.
It might be 2.5 months away because you've got to make sure you do it the right way. And I feel that what's in front of you now isn't the right solution. When the solution presents itself, it'll be clear, obvious, and it will feel really good. And what you've got in front of you now is not a good feeling. So I would just hold off on everything. There is another option, but it might involve moving interstate. There's an interstate connection there, and I'm getting Brisbane.
Right.
Do you have any connection with Brisbane?
No, not really, no.
Have you thought about moving to Brisbane? Or
No.
You're just going to stay here?
Yes, no, I prefer to stay in Tassie.
It could be the finance is going to come from Brisbane then, because I feel there's a good connection there.
Okay.
I feel that it'll work out for you, but it's not going to be clear for another couple of months.
Right. Right.
I also get the name David. Is there a David around you?
Yes, there is a David.
Okay. Could he be helpful in any way?
No, maybe. I can't see it at the moment, no.
Okay. Well, it must be relevant in some way.
Yeah.
And I'll just give you one little thing. Stay off the butter. Butter's really bad for you.
Okay.
Is that right, do you think?
Well, yeah, you could be right. Yes, I think that's pretty true.
Oh, good. Okay, cut down on that then.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Jason.
Take care.
All right.
Okay, bye.
What are you seeing there? Something to do with cholesterol or the like?
I just get a bad feeling around butter. Butter comes in my mind, I get, oh no. So these little health things pop up when we look at the bodies of the energy of the person.
Yeah. Okay. We might take a little break and then come back with more calls. 1300 883 557 on Tasmania Today with our clairvoyant, Dr. Jason Betts. And the number 1300 883 557, that is the Tasmania Today number to get through to Dr. Jason Betts, our clairvoyant and psychic. Let's go to Barbara. Hello, Barbara.
Hi, how are you?
All right.
Good morning, Barbara. This is Jason.
Good morning, Jason.
Well, you sound happy. Tell me about your question.
Well, I've got an event coming up in about 16 days, and I'm not looking forward to it, and I'm just wondering if you can tell me what the outcome is likely to be.
Serious question.
Yeah, very.
Okay, let me think, Barbara. I think it'll come out half and half.
Oh.
If you're talking about a win or a lose,
Yeah.
I think you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to you're not going to suffer any severe punishments, if that's what you mean. It won't go against you, but I do feel that there will be ongoing conditions or commitments.
Oh, okay.
Does that make any sense? Like what comes to mind for me is either something that's legal,
Yeah.
and so you're not going to lose,
No.
but there will be conditions placed upon you,
Yeah,
which I think is a really happy medium.
Oh, okay.
I think it'll be okay, but there'll be ongoing consequences. But I do see, just to lighten that, in September,
Yes.
I see you going overseas, and possibly New Zealand or Fiji or Hawaii or somewhere off in that direction.
Possible.
Yep, so once the money comes, you'll be right.
Well, I've got it. It's just a matter of hanging on to it.
So my psychic advice is to get financial advice.
Yeah, okay. That's lovely.
Great, take care.
Thank you.
Good on you,
Bye.
Barbara. Yeah. When did it first become apparent to you, Doctor, that you had something that was a bit of a gift? Was it in childhood?
No. In 1988, I was living in Launceston and Trevellyn Hill, and I came down the hill really, really fast on my push bike. And at the bottom of Trevellyn Hill, just opposite the bridge on the gorge there's a big dent. And that's my dent. I hit it with my body.
Yeah.
And my lungs deflated. My liver was pulped. I had 400 internal stitches, 52 staples.
Oh, God. Oh.
I died and was resuscitated. My breathing and heartbeat stopped.
Oh, I'm sorry for laughing. I thought it was just going to be a kid on a bike with a few
I
scratches.
was a kid on a bike, but there was more than a few scratches.
Yeah.
Anyway, I woke up a few weeks later, and but I saw myself on the operating table. I saw the doctors moving around. I saw myself die, and then a few weeks after I woke up, I suddenly, started seeing things and feeling things, and I thought, far out. And it just got better from there.
Yeah, very good. Let's go to Leanne. Hello, Leanne. How you going?
Hello, Jason.
Good morning, Leanne. What's your question?
I've just had lots of changes in the last 12 months and just wondered what was going to go from there.
Sure.
God.
Yeah, I know.
Old.
That's okay. It's okay. What's your middle name, Leanne?
I don't have one.
Don't have one. That's okay. We can work with that. Leanne, I think your new relationship is going to start. I would recommend get down to Festivali, because I'll be there. But you should go, and I think you'll find...
That's the anniversary.
Right. Okay. That's maybe what's popping into mind. So I see you entering in a new relationship, but it's not going to start till about April, May. However, I do feel it's time for you just to let go and be yourself for a little while. So think of the next 3 months as a preparing time, and a time just to be you and have fun and just let the past be the past. On a completely separate note, I also see a connection with motorcycles. I don't know that the new guy's going to have motorcycles, but I just see motorcycles around you. And I also feel that there's something in Hobart, maybe a course or a training or a weekend getaway that you might be interested in.
Okay.
So they're just a few things to hold on. The most important thing, though, is for you to be you so that you can attract you.
Yes.
Because if you're just in miserable state, then you're just going to attract a miserable state. If you go to my website, I have a free web page called 10 Steps to Being a Romantic Love Magnet. Is that what we're talking about? Am I right here?
Yes.
Yeah. So go to the website, talk about... if you go to my website and then click on Creations and then the free meaning of life, under that you'll see 10 steps to becoming a romantic love magnet. It's got nothing to do with other people and everything to do with you being you. So have a look at that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Take
Very
care.
good, Leanne. We've got plenty of calls coming through, 1300 883 557. Let's check out line 8, which is Carmel. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning, Carmel. How are you?
Good morning. I'm well, thank you.
What's your question, Carmel?
I'm just inquiring a bit about my health.
Yep, don't tell me anything.
Okay.
Don't tell me anything. We've got to be proper skeptics here.
Okay.
What's your middle name, Carmel?
Veronica.
Carmel Veronica. Right. I've got two issues which may be connected. The first one is a rash on the skin. I'm getting neck and shoulders, neck and shoulders and upper chest, and the other one is in the lungs, which could be the same thing. Do you have a breathing problem?
No, not really.
No, that's not it.
But I have with neck and shoulders, I'm waiting for a neck operation.
Ah, okay. Is there a rash happening around there?
No.
No? Because it feels all itchy and prickly to me. Okay, so I got that wrong. It feels like I can't breathe. I'll just sidestep for a moment and we'll do a different tack.
Yeah.
Is there a grief in your lungs? Is there somebody that's died in the last few years, like maybe 3 or 4 years ago, that you haven't quite gotten over yet?
No. No, I've had a bit of anxiety with a few issues with my mother.
Right. Has that been worse in the last 3 or 4 years?
Yeah.
Maybe the anxiety is the breathlessness that I'm getting, because I'm feeling it's all being held into the lungs, and yeah. I'll just try for something else. Was the neck the only health issue that you're suffering with?
Oh, I've had a couple of back operations, but they're okay.
So it's all spinal and support.
Yeah.
I reckon that the energy that's trapped in the neck, once... I think you have to deal with the mother issue before you can move forward with the health issues.
Yep.
It just feels like it's all trapped inside of you. So maybe some meditation and breathing would help, and also working out some clarity of communication with your mother might solve things.
Yep.
What I'm getting, though, is a lot of heaviness around the bottom half of the body, and I think that the hips, if you're to do more walking, it would free up the hips and the spine, and walking's good for everybody.
Well, that's actually amazing, because I've got a broken leg at the moment, and I love my walking, and that's sort of restricted me for the last 6 weeks, which has really devastated me, because I just love me walking. So, yeah.
Walking's also good for freeing the mind, and I think once you sort everything out inside yourself, things will get better. I mean, at the moment, I feel that your energy's a bit bottled up, especially around the hips and the lungs. But if you can work forwards from that, your body will start to heal a little bit more. Again, on my website under creations and meaning of life, I've got the 10 steps for health. So have a look at that.
Okay. All right.
Good.
Take care.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
We'll move along, and 1300 883 557, our phone number. We've just got a few more minutes and a few more callers that we can get through to our clairvoyant on Tasmania today, Dr. Jason Betts. Holly. Hello, Holly.
Hi, how are you?
Good morning, Holly. I'm pretty good, thank you. Tell me your question, Holly.
Oh, that's her question. Must have run out of coins in the phone box or something.
That's spooky.
Either that or her mobile might have dropped out. That's another thing that we need to talk about one day on this program. Mobile phone coverage in Tasmania. Gee, we're talking about what gets up our nose earlier.
I heard
Doctor.
that.
And mobile phone coverage in Tassie, it's just not good enough. Do you ever come across a situation where you're reading someone and you're thinking, oh my goodness, I'm seeing a world of pain here, even to the point where they might be coming to the end of their life? How do you navigate around something like that?
That's a really good question, John. A good psychic will only say what they see and not make judgments on their perceptions. It's to be true to the perception. I did a show a year or so ago in Mackay, North Queensland, and there was a couple of hundred people there, and I was just working my way through the audience, just tapping people on the shoulder and saying, this is what I get for you. And there was an older lady there who maybe in her 60s, and I said, look, I see you walking on the beach with a friend in the next few days. I see somebody coming towards you and asking you to make them a birthday cake, and you're going to have a really lovely funeral. I see that it's going to be, the chapel's packed. It's a small chapel, but it's packed. There's flowers all the way up the aisles, and everyone's just like really happy and sad for you at the same time. And she goes, oh, right. And the gasps in the audience were, there's not a lot of psychics that do specific predictions or death.
No.
I got an email from her daughter about 2 months later saying Mum passed away in her sleep for, no apparent reason, natural causes. She did go for a walk on the beach, and her friend did ask them to make her a cake. For her to make the cake. So sometimes we're given a really clear perception of prophecy without the prediction of when.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just see a lot of pain and suffering in the body. Sometimes we see the body packing up. Like I've assisted about 6 people to pass over, like they've died while I'm holding their hands. And that's just because it's time to go. The body can't sustain itself.
Yep.
But if there's hope, there's possible.
Okay. Let's go to Lisa. You with us?
Yes.
Morning, Lisa.
Hello, Jason. I was wondering what the future has in store for me.
Oh, good. Open-ended question. Lisa, what's your middle name?
Jane.
Lisa Jane. I used to know Lisa Jane. I think that I can tell you're a very happy person, optimistic. You've been in your job a little bit too long, so I think by winter time you'll be in a different job. I see your relationship changing and possibly a move of house by November 2011.
Yep.
And that's part of the relationship changing in some way. I also see a connection with a child coming back to live with you, or somebody. Yeah, sorry.
Awesome.
One more thing, and there's some kind of academic work that you're going to take on next year, like either going back to school or a correspondence course, or some book that you're going to read and then do studies in that course. How'd I go? What do you think?
No, I'm thinking of actually doing my nursing degree. And
And the child that's coming back to live with you, where does that fit?
Well, I actually lost custody of my daughter many years ago, and I've been through a really difficult time. And she's.
Oh, that's good.
I see that happening this
awesome.
year. What about the relationship?
excellent.
What about the relationship and the move of house?
I'm supposed to be moving out where I am in March this year.
Right.
And as for relationship side, that sounds really good because
Well, you might
bad luck in that department.
You might pop on down to Festivali and have a look around. But I do see you if you have to move out by March, what I'm getting is November. So there might be a 6-month house in between, and then you'll find the proper one in November. But it all looks good for you, and next year I think you'll do really well.
Oh, excellent.
Take care.
Thank you so much.
Sounds like a very relieved lady. Now, the only problem with having a very popular segment, Jason, is we disappoint a lot of people. There are heaps of callers trying to get through to you. So we are hoping very much that we can repeat this yet again. Dr. Jason Betts, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much, John. I've had great fun.
Yeah, brilliant. That is Tasmania Today, our show today. Thanks to our guest, Dr. Jason Betts, psychic and clairvoyant. Also, Diesel was on the program. Thanks to Anna McMahon from Win Television. Thanks to Dave, the producer of the show, who has to put up with me. And that's not easy sometimes, people. We'll do it all again tomorrow here with Tasmania Today.